I'm Olivia Otieno. This is Double O Direct. With me is
Alice Odera,
co-host,
and Natalie Nyondong,
and Flora Mutai.
These four brilliant women all together for the cause of scaling your business. We want to bridge, that gap. Because once I interviewed the former Kenya Association of Manufacturers,
Phyllis Wakiaga,
the gap is too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's big.
Between, male manufacturers and women in manufacturing, we are traders.
Yeah.
I was told.
Yes.
As women, we are traders. Not that we don't buy and sell things, we do.
Yeah.
But as traders, not as manufacturers. Alice, I know you have some burning questions for these two.
I have so many questions, so many questions. But one of the key things that I'm going to ask Flora about is you have a mentorship program,
yes,
which I think is amazing, because there's nothing as beautiful as being shown that uncharted path that you want to embark on by someone who's journeyed through it. So in terms of, if let's say today I was to call you Flora, and I'm struggling with this product of mine, or I'm even thinking, you know what, I actually am tired of being what Olivia has referred to, a trader. I want to be in this space, cut out the middleman, for lack of a better word, and actually have an end-to-end production. What would be the one key thing, or three things, because of course it can't just be one thing, that you definitely would be like, Alice, I need to know this from you before I can even invest my time, because it's investing your time.
Okay, first let me correct Olivia. It's not women do not manufacture. It's women don't realize what is manufacturing. So you tend to find, think about even your 10 friends. Somebody always tell you, I make my own skincare at home. I make my own hair products. One will tell you, I knit my own sweaters for my children. That is manufacturing. The problem is women don't realize it, and therefore women don't scale. Yeah, but they also don't scale for various other reasons, because once you want to scale, then you have to go in and do this investment. So if I get your question correct, is what do I have to invest in to move into a manufacturing?
Into manufacturing. If I was looking to go into manufacturing, what are the critical things? And of course, every space is different. Let's say I wanted to do the soap. I wanted to do tea.
Let me give you a live example. I had a friend who actually began as a big-time trader, and she was bringing lotions from, actually it was from the US. And she got her distribution license, and she started distributing it. And I think there was a change in taxation, and something started really challenging her. A lot of grey imports, people bringing the same brand. Once you bring it into the market, people go and bring in grey imports. So she said, she came to see me one day in a lot of frustration. And I told her, have you ever thought of starting your own brand? It's like, what? Really? And we journeyed that with her. Number one, the first thing you have to understand is, what is the lay of the land? What is everybody doing? What? And I always say, from there, then pick your niche and then make your niche rich. So she said she came out with natural products, and this is like 15 years ago. She came out with natural oils and lotions, and she said, this is what I'm going to do. And so she found out the ingredients, and so the first thing is, you've got to understand what do you need in terms of resources, finances, where you're going to do it. She went to QD and she started doing her learning there. She found out what she needs to buy in terms of equipment, got her funding, and began. So she did it for several years. But again, understanding the market, the environment. Remember, I told you there's no excuse to saying, and I did this. I once did my salt, the salt that you don't know about. The first order I got was 100 dozens for a hotel that wanted to take it to Mombasa. So I went there and I invoiced them and I said, okay, pay me. And they said, yeah, after 90 days. Yeah. I didn't even know that, terms of trade.
Yes.
So I call it, you really, really have to understand your environment. And this is what I'm saying. So understand your environment internally and externally.
I love what you've talked about, Flora. I'm just going to segue over to Natalie about scaling and getting your orders. So tell me about how your supplying Tribe Hotel came about.
They actually found me on Instagram. So Shamim and Aja, the managing directors, actually sent me a message, asked me if I'd be willing to supply them. And I told them, of course, even though I was so unsure of how I was going to do it, the size of the space in my house. But I just had to take the leap and go for it. You know, you're going to experience challenges, but as my mom would always say, silence the voice of doubt and fear in you until you believe that you're truly capable of.
You see what parenting does when you have parents that believe in you. Did you have to bring people on board to assist you with that order, because you are manufacturing out of home?
No, I actually just, my friends and my family helped me with the whole process, from making the soaps to packaging them to delivering them. So it was literally in-house, everything.
What has been your greatest challenge thus far? And with regards to when you launched the Nia Atara brand, which was when?
Last year, April. So it's been a year and I think about 2 weeks now.
What's been the greatest challenge for you?
Scaling, definitely. Scaling and manufacturing, as Flora said earlier. What's the word for it?
It's all right. Just explain what it is.
Explain what it is.
The certifications that you actually need to get.
Yes.
Yeah,
So the
that's
regulators.
challenge. Yes. the
We're taking a
regulations.
break from the regulators when we were playing some Whitney Houston. So tell us a little bit about the regulators that you feel anyone who's scaling their business needs to tick, and where to go to in order to do that.
The first one is just quality, which is
Yes.
Kenya Bureau of Standards. And what I always tell people is, do not die with your problems. Write to them or go there and say, I don't understand your process. A lot of it is on the internet. And then when you apply and they take long, again, find a way to go back there and just be that nuisance.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when you're small, there's just a respect that you don't tend to command.
Go with Flora.
Yeah.
They will open that gate like this.
Yes, and that leads me to that's what I did with my program, Women in Manufacturing. I help women open doors. I help women, if you want to run an idea. Because with scaling, first you've got to have the mental, this is what I want to do. Okay, fine. So we say, okay, how many kilos do you want to do? What kind of machinery do you need? We go down, get your, or start ordering your machinery. I tell you how I bought my machinery. I just went to industrial area, commissioned. I didn't have the money to pick it up, so I gave them checks, which I keep saying, just continue to bounce until I had enough money to pay for them.
So wait. Wait. That one was slipped by, right? Because I'm about to play Through the Fire by Shaka Khan. You were issuing checks you knew you couldn't honor.
I'm just saying, don't fear. We'll overcome that problem.
You were
when
the
we
business
get
swindler.
there.
Right.
No, I didn't swindle nobody.
Yes.
They know
Swindle
me.
anybody. They eventually went through. She was just buying-
I just need. Okay, I didn't realize at the time how much money I needed to start a business, which is why I keep saying
3.5 million.
So I didn't know what I needed, so I
Yeah.
didn't have enough, and I couldn't stop. It was like I had this drive in my whatever. So
yes.
then I said, listen, just let me pay you what I have, and then I'll pay as I come along. And then obviously, when people don't pay you as you wanted, then you start having challenges. Obviously, today you can't do that. It's a criminal offense, my dear. So don't even try.
Let me just say that the Standard Group does not in any way, right?
Shape or form.
Support illegal
No.
acts of any kind.
I'm just trying to say, when you have a bee in your bonnet,
Yes.
there are ways to sort them
True,
out. So
true.
I did go back and I had a negotiation with them and I paid them how I wanted. So basically, it's really, you'll never have enough resources as an entrepreneur anyway. So prioritization becomes another very key skill that you have to develop. What do I need to put resources that will give me the largest impact? That's usually how I think.
Okay.
So if it is machinery at that time, then you get your machinery and you work everything else. If it is a marketing strategy, fine, I don't have, you're fortunate. When we started doing marketing, it was in millions. I used to visit KTN and Standard Group, and I became really clever about buying spots off radio and etc. But now you guys have so much on social media. So what would you do? How would you do it? Do you learn it yourself? Do you give it to your best friend to run it? Do you give it to your family? So you sort of prioritize, but get the journey done.
Yes.
As soon as you really can, then now start getting enough resources to really professionalize, because you cannot scale if you do not professionalize.
One thing I must say we haven't done, and I apologize for this, is unpack the Nia Atara brand. So Natalie, please tell me about your soaps.
Okay, so Nia Atara as a brand, we manufacture artisanal soaps, 100% natural, without artificial fragrances. So they're fully scented with essential oils. We have 2 types of bars depending on your skin type. We have a salt bar and a normal bar. A salt bar would be used when you want extra
Is it free-flowing salt bar? I'm
You're still there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget. Please, the marketing team for Melvin's, I need this free-flowing
Yes,
salt.
you
I
must have it.
gaze
You
eyes at
must have
it.
it.
Sorry, Natalie. Kindly continue.
It's all right. And we make our soaps using the cold process method, using fine cold process oils and butters to ensure that the quality of the oils retains within the bar of the soap. And this creates a beautiful, nourishing bar that does not dry out your skin. It's full of glycerin, which is a byproduct of the process, the cold process soap making process, I think. And yeah, we have different scents. I like to tell people to think about them as mood bars. So depending on your mood, you'd either pick Mizani bar, which is a balancing bar, and a Muka bar, which is energizing to wake you up in the morning if you need the pick-me-up. We also have a Tulivu bar, which is a calming bar, so when you need some downtime.
No, I need the calming bar.
Yeah,
because
don't
I
worry.
have too much of that amka. I'm gonna give
That's
it to you
true.
straight.
You have too much energy.
Okay.
Were you
Okay.
born like that?
You know,
Can we ask your mom?
I was born early. I was a preemie.
Yeah.
I was that eager to be like, hey,
This is
hey,
life.
this is happening. Tell me a little bit about the evolution of Melvin's and maybe some of the new range that you've recently introduced.
Well, we started with actually, I was going to just package tea because there was a monopoly that had been lifted. There was only one brand in the market. So then as I was doing that, some people challenged me and said, why would we move from what we know? And it is true, it took my mother 4 years to sort of buy my
Your
tea,
own
my own
mother.
mother. Because what I did is I did the ginger and I did the tea. And I put them in the market at the same time.
Yes.
The plain tea flopped severally.
Wow.
But the ginger just started to pick up slowly. But I was changing the market taste. So it's been a long journey.
Yes.
You're fortunate you're not changing the market taste. It's been a very long journey. So from there, about a year later, I met a capacity building fund that said, how many flavors do you have? I said 1, and I was so proud. And they're like, no. So then I came up with another 4, where I went into masala. So I would say those are flavored teas.
Yes.
So you take tea, black tea, and you put flavor. So cinnamon, masala, I think we did vanilla, and then we had the ginger. And slowly then people started saying, hey, I don't take tea. Tea's not good for me. And with me, of course, as I'm graciously getting older, then I start realizing, yes, I want something different. So we went into the infusions. So infusions are really just like we have a chamomile infusion, which is a chamomile flower, hibiscus. We have berry blast, which is just berries. And I think we have one more, lemon and ginger. So then we did that, and then we started, people are like, hey, green tea is healthy. So we went into green tea. We have a purple tea, actually, it's over there.
I see it.
Purple tea is a unique clone to Kenya that is very unique. So when you go out for export, everybody's like, hey.
Dibs on the purple tea. Just saying,
You
claiming
know?
my purple tea.
Yeah. So, and then we went into orthodox tea. Now, orthodox tea is, we have the normal CT, which is they take it in the factory, they cut it up and they dry it. And then orthodox is they actually roll it. Now, it's an old Chinese tradition. But when we started making tea in Kenya years and years ago, we never did that. So now orthodox has become cool. So we have orthodox tea that we put in, actually, our triangle.
So you have a machine.
Yes.
Sio ati mtu.
No. We are automated, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, 27 years later, we need to be. And and then finally, after 5 tries, my dear, business is challenging.
Yes.
After 5 tries, we now have a Melvin's Gold tea.
Wonderful.
That one is there.
I see
Now
it.
that is the plain tea, because initially everybody was like, but we know you for flavors, so don't give us this. But finally, then the loyal people said, listen, we need to have our own.
Yes.
So we came out with the Melvin's Gold just last year. And then we came out also with slimming and detox. So now we're going into the lifestyle, slimming, detox, sleep, etc. So enjoy yourselves in whatever mood you have. Maybe we'll have a calming tea.
I love that because I'm seeing such a